Call this park board meeting for Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022 to order. First item on the agenda is the approval for the April 19th, 2022 meetings. I'm sorry, meetings minutes. Board members should receive a copy of those minutes. Anybody have any additions or corrections? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Dietrich, second by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Prost.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burke.
Aye.
And I also. Motion carries. Attorney's report.
First item I have this evening is consideration of the special purchase of, is it Compan play equipment? That's through Recreation Insights for the Greenwood Sports Park.
Jeremy, how do I share this on desktop?
I provided a memorandum regarding the special purchase,
Yeah, open what we want to share.
and if that would be approved, also a determination for the special purchase.
Pictures.
I'm sorry, what?
Pictures.
I do not have pictures, but I believe Rob does.
So what's what you're being asked to consider for $517,722 for the Green Sports Park is the purchase of Compan play equipment for that new park. It is inclusive of yet another tower that will be themed, sports themed this year with baseball theme and the slides coming off of the sides of it. 5-bay swing set, and then also a climbing apparatus and a piece of agility equipment. In addition to 2 to 5 year old equipment that you see there on the right hand side, agility equipment and a balancing module equipment as well. And then kind of what this looks like for the state of the city address. You can see some models that have been put together. This quote is not inclusive of the turf mounding that you're seeing green, the vein of that in there, nor does it include the safety service material. We are going to do that as an alternative funding source. This is just for that equipment that's listed on the proposal sheet and the images I showed you prior as well. Another perspective of that image. It's kind of more of a on the ground image there. The funding source for this will be the impact fees. Our current balance, I think, is hovering right around 1.6 million.
So that's just perspective layouts of this equipment. The equipment itself could be laid out totally different than we're seeing.
Yes and no. I mean, that's pretty much set because you've got safety fall areas that you have to adhere to based on guidelines. So that what you have seen is going to be pretty close to what the layout would be for that safety zones for each piece of equipment.
And this quote, excuse me, this quote does not include installation.
This is not installation. This is material and shipping freight only. So we're structuring this very similar to what we've done on other parks, for example, OCP, where we're going to do this from a procurement standpoint, a cooperative purchasing. And we'll ship it and we'll schedule the installation of this with the contractors. So the equipment will probably be sitting or staged in our lots, our parks department lots somewhere in our facilities.
What's it mean, the site drain? Will you have that all figured out?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
The site drain, before you lay all that stuff, is it, do you know that it's gonna drain properly or?
Yeah, is that in the playground quote?
Oh, no, that's not in the quote. I
Okay,
said it's not in the quote.
okay.
But I was just asking, you already know that.
Yeah, so all that infrastructure, the drainage infrastructure will be in outside of this scope of
Okay.
playground.
So are you planning on using the tiles wherever possible? I mean, is that a pretty good representation that rendering or?
That is a very close
representation of where you want to be.
scale representation of what the play area will look like. Yes.
And we'll just piece it together. This isn't all encompassing. This is just the equipment we're looking at.
This is just the equipment. This is
No installation, no ground surfacing, no.
This doesn't include the safety surface tiles, nor does this include the mounding, that bank
Right,
mounding,
and
the
you said-
grass
right,
mounding.
you said-
Does not include that. It's just the equipment.
Right, I just want to make sure everybody's aware.
Do they have the updated one?
They
that you
do.
Sent me?
It is included.
Yeah, everything is
correct.
Yeah, for the 517,
517, 722.
Is this a purchase agreement?
No, well, that is their purchase agreement. We will do final terms and conditions.
Somewhere here.
And the cooperative purchasing, that they also have an agreement that we work off of.
Questions or concerns?
You looking to order this ASAP?
I think with the current
Environment.
environment, the markets right now, I think that's the purpose of getting this equipment locked down,
Yeah,
so we can secure that price.
right, that's what I was,
Right.
right, the one drag our feet, makes the price goes up like
Correct.
everything else. Yeah, okay. Okay, anybody got any more questions or comments? Anything else from the staff on this? Okay, hearing none, I have a motion on the special purchase of compound equipment through the Omni Partners Purchasing Cooperative.
I move to determine that the purchase of play equipment as described and presented by Parks Director Rob Taggart through the Omni Partners Purchasing Cooperative provides the opportunity for substantial savings in accordance with Indiana Code 5-22-10-5 to authorize the purchase of the play equipment in the amount not to exceed $517,722 from Recreation Insights LLC to authorize the mayor and the executive director of Parks and Recreation to sign and all documents to effectuate the purchase with final terms and conditions for the purchase to be determined by the legal department and to direct that the special purchase administration be placed and maintained in a separate special purchase file.
Be a second.
Second,
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
I,
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I know, I also motion carries.
Next item that I have for consideration is an out-of-home advertising agreement with Franciscan Alliance. This was actually previously approved, I believe, at our last setting. They came back and asked for some revisions to that agreement. I did make a couple of the adjustments that were requested, and so there's no change to the terms of that agreement as to what they're providing, what we're giving back. So the only changes are to the IP, and I think that was the only, and time to cure. So they wanted the opportunity to cure any violation of that agreement, so they asked for 30 days to do so, and I did allow for that change.
Questions, comments?
All agreeable with both parties
I did agree to certain of their requests, yes.
and they're happy about that.
I'm not sure. We sent it back to them. We have not heard since.
So you've been meeting their desires and needs. Okay, thank you.
Robbie, anything on this? Other questions or comments? Okay, hearing that, I need a motion for the consideration of an out-of-home advertising agreement with Franciscan Alliance.
So moved.
second,
Been moved by Mr. Byrd, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
I,
Mr. Byrd,
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I also motion carries.
This item is amendment to the use agreement with the Greater Community Band. We'd like to add an additional date, which would be May 19th from 6:30 PM to 9:00 PM at the amphitheater.
That's just on top of the date you've already agreed upon.
That's correct.
What day of the week is the 19th?
Thursday night for
Oh, it's for practice. Okay, okay, that's what. was kind of wondering about. Okay. Questions or comments on this? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the amendment to the use agreement for a community band to use the amphitheater on May 19th.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Pro, second by Mr. Burton. All those in favor, Mr. Beecher,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I'm an aye also, motion carries. So, all Chelsea?
I do have one final thing.
Okay.
It's an amendment to a use agreement again, this time with the Indiana Tornadoes. They were the football developmental league.
Yeah.
They also asked to add a couple of different dates, May 21st, and was it August 16th, Heather? I did write down. Yes, I believe so. And again, the time period from 4 to 7, they just wanted to add those 2 additional dates for home games.
What were the dates again? I'm sorry.
May 21st, and I believe August 16th. I did know.
The 16th or the 6th.
The 6th,
The 6th. And these are
Freedom Park.
How many dates does that give them now? 4?
It was more than that.
It would actually give them 6 because they canceled the May 14th date.
Staff's okay with this? Sort of the addition.
Restrictions on parking, right?
On parking?
So is this again amendment to the use agreement that we've already approved?
Correct.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the amendment to the use agreement already approved with the Indy Tornadoes to use the football field at Freedom Park, May 21st and August 6th.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Dietrich, second by Mr. Probst. All those in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. That's it.
I believe so.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Parks Foundation report.
We have been provided the report. Any questions, be happy to answer on the behalf.
No, I want to echo something Mr. Burton said before the meeting started. Everything we experienced on Friday night as far as the dinner, it was all paid for through the Parks Foundation.
Correct.
Understand?
Yep.
Amazing job. You, Jen, Ricky, your staff, everybody who's involved with it. You guys did an amazing job, and without the Park Foundation, I'm sure that wouldn't have went as smooth as it did. So they really showed their work the other night.
The foundation, we want your consideration asked to another sponsorship for the field house. Golden Physical Therapy would like to be a walking track sponsor.
At the field house. So what kind of sponsorship is this, Ron? What-
As a single impression along the walking track, walk around, install on the walls inside.
Dollar amount we're looking at?
What's that?
The dollar amount, what's that?
$1,500 per year, correct? 2-year commitment. We're signed for one.
Just one year. Any other questions or comments? Need a motion? Okay, need a motion to approve the sponsorship with Golden Physical Therapy for the walking track.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries. Okay, controllers report. I believe Greg is here.
Good afternoon. Financials went out this morning, and then I did send a follow-up later today. We met with the deputy mayor and the fleet maintenance superintendent regarding some 3/4 ton pickup trucks. Chevy has indicated that they will allow ordering for fleets. I think the date is starting May 23rd. They won't guarantee a price yet. They won't guarantee they'll actually produce them yet, but they're the only ones actually allowing us to order right now. So we are requesting permission to go ahead and get an order in for the Parks Department of 4 pickup trucks. They've been budgeted for the last couple of years. We've been carrying over that budget line item to lease them through Huntington Bank. Hopefully they'll be able to produce them this year and we can actually get them. We've got a total of 13 for the city as a whole that we're looking to order. But we're also gonna, as soon as Ford opens up, do the same thing and see who can actually get us trucks. So we would ask for official approval from the board to go ahead and get that order placed.
So is the idea to get agreement with Chevy and Ford and say as soon as possible and then just see.
Yeah, basically,
Whoever
we
comes in
would
first.
prefer Fords, but at
Yeah.
this point, we'll take who we can get.
Yeah.
And Chevy's the only one that's even taking orders.
Yeah.
But basically, if it gets to the point where we have orders in for both and they go to deliver, we'll take whoever comes first and decline delivery on the others, and they'll sell them to somebody else as quick as we turn them down.
There's no estimated delivery time or anything like that. It's
No,
just
in
all-
fact, there's not even a production schedule date yet, but they're gonna allow us to order starting May 23rd, and we wanna be at the front of that line so that should they be able to produce, have ours in as soon as possible.
And again, the 4 trucks that you're asking for approval tonight is just a part of the city's order, which is.
Right, it's part of this order as a whole, so board works, so we asked to approve the others, but park board would be for the 4 that were budgeted for the last couple of years and never been able to get.
I'm assuming you need a motion on this?
Yes. Okay, Greg does.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Is this with a specific dealer?
Not sure who they're going through, but usually we have one dealer that we deal with, that we go
Right.
through for the Ford fleet stuff.
Used to be.
Yeah, Wheeler, Skillman, and then there's Mike Dillon was another one. that
Right.
We've been trying to just get these ordered. We're actually using Sourcewell, which does kind of a purchasing agreement thing, because the state QPA right
Yeah.
now is being renegotiated, so you can't get anything through that.
Right, yeah, I would imagine state would have a hard time getting a lockdown on prices also.
And we're going through the same process with dump trucks, with police vehicles, with
Yeah.
everything right now. So as soon as they say they're willing to take an order, we're trying to get in the door.
How about delivery, whenever they get them done, kind of thing?
Pretty much, we placed an order for some dump trucks in the beginning of 2021. We just got them. We ordered 15 Ford Explorer police vehicles. We just got 2 of them last week. They told us that 11 of them are scheduled for production sometime in July. And the other 2, which are supposed to be for the K9 units and require rear AC controls, not scheduled yet, but they're still on order.
So everybody's putting up with this kind of slowdowns and
Yeah, with the inability to get the microchips and stuff in China with steel pricing, it's just been,
difficult.
yeah, it's been crazy trying to get any vehicles in. We've actually had some vehicles we've been able to find here and there on a dealer lot that we've just grabbed up if we can get them, but
That's been,
for fleet, there's just nothing being made right now that we can get a hold of.
Questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve giving the controller's office approval
Fleet maintenance.
approval for the purchase of entering into a contract with Chevrolet for 4 pickup.
Well, it'd just be approval to place an order with Chevy for 4 3/4 ton pickup trucks.
Just what he said.
So moved.
Second,
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor? Mr. Dietrich,
aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Prost.
aye,
I'm an aye also. Motion carries. Did you have anything you wanted to bring to our attention on the actual?
No, just looking through the financials, for main operating funds, you notice that we are about 500,000 down in our cash on hand. That's because the property taxes haven't come in yet. Once that hits, that'll flip the other way. Food and beverage tax going really well. S&R, we banked about 210,000. Again, that one's more of a timing thing. But for summer camps and all those programs, we start spending it down as they occur. So you'll start seeing throughout the summer, that'll probably even out a little more. Main one I did want to point out was on the impact fee. We did get the payment in from the South Madison project over here. So we're looking really good there. Like Rob said, we're just over 1.6 million now. Any questions? If anybody has any?
Will we ever get to 50% of the ratio again, the reserve ratio?
Oh, yeah, we'll get back up to that. Once the property taxes come in, we'll bump it back up. It's just, that one is really a timing issue. We got, our biggest revenues are the pool and the property taxes, and they come in June, July, August, and then we'll get the December property tax bill. For the most part, we're just kind of waiting for that big revenue stream.
Anybody have anything else?
And well done.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Aquatics report.
Last week, we got a good brunt of our hiring, through and out of the way. HR did a really good job on like pushing through, making those phone calls and, getting them scheduled. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, in the gym at the community center, we held hiring for those kids for all of Freedom Springs. So what they did is they locked them off in like 50-minute time sections, and they came in, did their drug test, passed, and then they went into their orientation phase. So that went very smooth, I thought, and there wasn't really any hitches in that. So just getting better and better each year, I think. So as far as training goes, all of my returning guards have already been recertified. Majority of my new hires are now getting certified. My last lifeguard certification class for new hires is actually this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll start focusing in on more on facility training from there. So on the 14th and 15th, we have scheduled time for our employees to come out there to get to know the facility, get to know each other, and then also go over availability and then go over some training and program training for our concession mission associates. And then the 21st and 22nd, we'll bring them out there to work on our emergency action plans. Get them prepped and ready to go the week before we open. Just as a refresher, so that way when we do open, if an emergency does happen, they know exactly what they need to do on all accounts on that. The past couple of weeks, we have been out at Freedom Springs working on getting it cleaned up and ready to go. All 3 pools should be finished filling either by tonight or tomorrow morning. So I'm hoping we get those up and running tomorrow morning, get the pumps rolling, make sure that they're all good to go, and then start that circulation so we can start adding chemicals in. So I know tomorrow we have planned to get all the chairs out, cleaned, and start placing them where they need to go. So that's probably going to be an all-day task with all of my staff. But yeah, so we're opening's right around the corner.
Well, Brooke, as usual, you do an outstanding job, and I really appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke.
Yep.
Parks report.
I believe you've got my report in front of you. Any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I do want to introduce 2 of our new employees. The first opportunity I had to get them over here. We've got Jared Gomes and Chad Anderson, that's been with us for a couple of weeks now. 2 good supervisors, I believe, assets to the department.
Well, we welcome you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here. It's nice to put a face to the name. So thank you for coming. And you guys, you said, was it Chad you worked here for a while?
They both have.
Oh, they both been with us for,
Right. They were here before the last park boards.
okay. Welcome aboard. Thank you for coming tonight. Sure you guys had a lot to do with the field house, getting it ready.
We don't.
You helped a little. Well, didn't mean to cut you out when I was thanking everybody earlier, but we
No.
appreciate everything you guys did. I'm sure you guys busted it just like everybody else, so appreciate it.
Staff helped out a lot.
Happy to get all the stuff out of your building.
Yeah. Rent was pretty good.
Good. Do I have anything for Jim? Okay, thank you, Jim. Trails.
Other trails, approached, I was under the assumption that either they're gonna have a representative here, they're gonna be online. I don't see anybody wanting to be online. So I'm gonna present on their behalf. I've been coordinating it with email. Lennar Group, they're a developer. They're building some development, called Holly Springs off Chic Road, which is where Clark Pleasant School's out there, it's where our sports park is as well. There's a 38-foot area which they'll be developing around. Of course, their developed ground, they are required for our trails master plan to put in trails, and then there's an area there they're not going to develop, but however, they are willing to bridge that gap with the trail. But in exchange for that, they are asking for impact fee credit. That's not uncommon. We've built an entire park with impact fee credits before. There always requires park board approval. And then upon your guys' consideration, I would work with CPS on that. So when they do get processed, they're sure to get that credit. So the credit they are asking for, $6,500 for cutting the path and the swale, stabilizing the path, $1,700. An asphalt path, $7,900. Finish grade, $1,250. Mulch, $1,700. And engineering, soft cost of $800 for a total $19,850 for impact fee credits for them to install and do all the great work for that trail construction.
Will Lennar be the contractor on this? Will they sub it out to somebody else and will this be
Well,
installed as part of the
Said
project?
they would sub it out. Lennar's on I can't speak for them on that specifically, so
Okay.
I'm going to assume they would sub that out.
Okay.
You don't have any issues, staff doesn't have any issues issuing this credit? Giving you this?
We do not. No, I mean, that is a very efficient way to get something in return. They're already mobilized.
Mhm.
It's very clean.
So are we giving Rob authority to negotiate this, or is it already negotiated, or how?
There is no negotiation. We're just asking for.
You're
park
asking for the
board
credit,
to approve,
to approve the credit.
Lennar to have impact fee
Okay.
credits for that amount.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? Need a motion, Council?
Yes.
Need a motion to approve a park impact fee credit of $19,850 for a trail installation from Lennar.
So move.
Sorry.
Been moved by Mr. Burt- I'm sorry, been moved by Mr. Dietrich, second by Mr. Burton. All those in favor, Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Nothing else on trails? Recreation report.
You should have a copy of our report. On behalf of the Recreation Department, I would like to introduce our new tournaments and event coordinator, Troy Daly. I told him he has 22 minutes to speak, so sit down and relax and enjoy his 22 minutes.
It's a soft 22.
Want to say hello?
And has Troy worked with us in the past?
No, he just started this past Monday. He was the event coordinator at Lucas Oil Stadium for the last
Okay.
5 years.
Okay. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming tonight. Okay, Rob, or Nick, where do I find the video for the fencing?
It's on the Facebook page. It is on
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook page, probably a month ago.
Okay,
Like,
I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys like the new office space?
love it. It's great. You know, I'm excited to start seeing people come in every day, see some familiar faces. Bocce ball starts tomorrow. 6
Fine.
o'clock.
Did you find a place to store those yet?
Oh, yeah, we'll work on that. So
Okay.
we're outside tomorrow.
Okay. Anything else for Nick? Fieldhouse report.
Hello, you should have a copy of the Fieldhouse report. We've had 2 events so far, which is the dinner that you spoke about earlier. I think it went really well, and the staff did a great job. The yesterday we had our first soft opening or our second soft opening. I believe that went really well, and staff did a great job. And our next, so we have a grand opening this Friday, and we're very excited about having that.
Who's that start?
I believe 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
11 a.m.
Did we track the numbers of the people that attended for the 2 pre-opening events?
We do have a seating chart.
Got probably close to 150 for the Friday event. We can probably close to well over 100 for the soft opening on that.
Nice.
So have we seen any kind of bumps in the numbers of members this last couple days?
We sold a few.
Sold a few here and
I think
there.
around 6
Okay,
on the last soft opening.
and what are the plans on when you're gonna start reserving rooms?
So we'll
Golf
start the
simulators.
reservation process
Yeah,
this after the grand opening,
okay.
but we're gonna start the actual having the reservations in June.
So you-
Early June.
On everything, wait until June 1st?
No, golf simulators and batting cages, I think we're ready to go.
I'll bet they're jumping on those.
So on the opening on Friday, all areas will be available.
All areas will be available to reserve,
Right.
but we're gonna hold the pause for a month, and we'll be able to reserve until the following month, we'll be able to reserve until.
But there's no equipment or anything like that that's lacking behind, no little pizza parts that are waiting for something to
Absolutely.
function. Good.
I believe we're having the athletes come over as well from Greenwood.
Yeah, we'll have some,
Yeah.
we're gonna have some kind of ceremonial things on Friday as well. So, yeah, please attend, it'd be nice to have this call.
Our board members are able to attend, I encourage it, so hopefully we'll see you guys all there on Friday. And again, awesome job last week. Place looks amazing. By anything else, Ricky? Community center report.
You guys have my report, you have any questions, just let me know. Things are going real well. We are starting to see a little bit of slowing down like normal. We are gonna get real busy selling Freedom Springs passes only in the next few weeks. But other than that, things are going great.
Are we gonna be able to buy Freedom Springs passes at the field house too?
Yep.
So
You'll be able to do free spring passes, you'll also be able to do any user fee, you'll be able to buy from the field house as well, so dog park memberships, Freedom Springs.
Shelter rentals. Can you do
Yep.
that for you? Awesome. Okay. Anybody have anything for Sharon? Thanks, Sharon. Other business from the public? Sorry. Any other business from the park board? Hearing nothing. As I believe everyone received copies of the claims register in the packets, if there's any additions or corrections. Like to hear about them. If not, it's percentage. And if there's no other business come before this board, this meeting is adjourned.